I'm not aware of any such thing. Service itself can be a business as well, right? So what is the meaning of that question? It's not very clear.
Like his own like
Trading.
trading, yeah.
Trading versus working. No, from the Islamic point of view, any type of work is encouraged as long as it is permissible and beneficial. Any type of work. This is encouraged. So there is no such thing as something given priority over the other. However, the work when it is closer to the goals of Islam, closer to knowledge, more beneficial to people, vast majority of people benefit from it, it becomes more rewarding and more encouraged. That is the first point. The second point, there is one hadith, but it's a weak narration from the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ, in which the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ encouraged trade. And in that narration, the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ said, 9 parts out of 10 of wealth is in trade. 9 out of 10 parts of rizq, your sustenance, is from what? From trade. However, this is, as we said, a weak narration, but the meaning is correct. The meaning is correct. This is something that you can see in your life. And that is why this form is encouraged. The Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ, when he reached Medina, in the very beginning, he wanted to take part in the market. The market at that time in Medina was controlled by the Jew. So the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ wanted some Muslims to introduce them to the marketplace. However, the Jew refused. The Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ established a small tent at the edge of that market. By the end of the day, they demolished it. When next day they came, they found it what? Demolished. They removed it. So the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ said, okay, I will pick up another spot and a better one, and that will be the center market for Muslims. So the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ established one, and it was open for all. This is probably the first form of freedom of trade ever in the world. The Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ did not appoint any specific spot in that market to anyone. So it obviously the first come, first reserve. You are not allowed to keep it for yourself at all. Come first to the market, reserve your spot, and trade. Furthermore, it was not allowed to put anything in the passage of people, keep it further away. There were some regulation, very far-sighted from the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ at that time. This is in the very beginning. And that was the markets of Muslims at the time. When the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ established this market, most people of Medina, Muslims and non-Muslims, were going where? To the new market. And very few people continued going to the previous one of the Jew. So they came to the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ that you have destroyed our trade. Now whose fault was it? So he started in the very beginning. We took just a tent at the corner. He didn't want that. And the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ kept it open. They would like to join, but that was the basic rules among many others at the time. There are other regulations as well, all of them showing the importance of trade in Islam from the very beginning, how Islam paid attention to that. But not necessarily only trade per se, but any kind of service or work that is beneficial is also encouraged. This is the only thing that comes to mind regarding this question. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. No.